Roll the intro.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Welcome into the open where we get technical. You should have investments in long-term growth.
All right, as I was saying before Neil ended my stream, hit the like button, everybody. Please remember all the information on pre-market prep is meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. Thank you very much for letting me finish my piece. Neil Hamilton ended my stream prematurely.
I don't know what you're talking about, brother. That wasn't me.
Whatever.
I would never Jason Raznick you. Hey, guys, I'm Neil Hamilton. Welcome to Get Technical. I don't know, what day is it? 420. It's April 20th. This is the day where you're supposed to smoke the devil's lettuce and trade Dogecoin, apparently. Guys, do you notice anything different? I feel really bad by ending the stream on Spencer. Tremendous guilt. Woo. I'm gonna have to buy Spencer a cheese platter. Do you guys notice anything different? Let me know what it is if you see it. Oh shit. Oh. Happy 420, Lele. Yeah, I do need a tank top. No, guys. What are you guys saying? I did take a shower, so good eyes. Guys. I got a plan. Doing some home builder stuff. Got to keep that XHB up there. Yeah, it is. No, it's not I'm sweating because I just ended Spencer's broadcast on him. And I feel bad. I'm a man driven by guilt. My past haunts me and makes me the man that I am today. But yeah, no. This handlebar mustache is an homage to my father. Love the man. He's my dad is a guy that knows his way around a power drill, made me the DIY man that I am. This is one of the big reasons why I love XHB and these home builder stocks. Also, my dad likes to roll it up and toke it from time to time. Don't tell anyone. And it's 420, so I figured I'd honor him with a handlebar mustache that he likes to don as he drives in his pickup down the dusty dirt roads in Michigan. But yeah, good guy, my dad. And you know what? My dad can kick your dad's ass. And you know what? Uncle Dan, I know you're watching this right now. He can kick your ass too if you keep shooting the deer on that property. All right, Uncle Dan. All right, let's get into the show, guys. What tickers are we looking at today? We had a little ziggy zaggy action on steel. A little zigzag. Let's check in on X, just because that one many of you guys are watching if you watch the show. I think we're still in good shape. We just got rejected here at this level. This is essentially some prior resistance. We just couldn't break above it. Still in good shape, holding support here. I'm happy with it. However, now that I'm saying that, this is my first time looking at X right now. Looks like we're going to have a lower open. We shall see, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at some other indicators and see what they're telling us. And I will get to the Doge. And I got free stuff to give away. Don't call me Luke. Luke cannot do this. All right, this is one thing that I can do that Mr. Luke cannot do. Yeah, comment in chat looks like a bear flag to me. Very well could be. You got your sloping line of resistance. Whoops. Coming down into a little corrective phase. Very well could be. I mean, if that's the case, I mean, you got to watch for it. It's not a bear flag until it confirms. So if it breaks through this sloping line of this is way too damn loud. Sorry about that, guys. If it breaks down past the sloping line of support, which you should really draw very tight here, then you're going to start looking at maybe going short, depending on what your interest level is in this stock. All right. Luke doesn't know how to use a drill. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let me know. So for all my power drill users, all my brothers and sisters in chat, let me know, what is your favorite brand of power tools? All right, we got a great selection these days. Let me know what power drills you like, what power tools. All right, so right away I want to get into the Dogecoin. So here we do Doge USD, since it is 420.
3, 2, 1, 0.
All right, shout out Makita. I like Makita because it's affordable and it's good quality. This is what do you call it? An impact drill. You can get the set 2 12-volt impact drills with the belt attachment. You can hang them both on your belt depending on what you're doing. This one's got the battery in it, got the light on it. Makita's a good brand. Milwaukee's probably the best. All right, so we're looking at Doge here, and now that we're into the open, we'll start looking at X because I want to see what's going on there. We'll see if it does break that, and we'll see if that is in fact a bear flag. So give me a 1 if you've been trading Doge. Give me a 2 if you haven't, and maybe we'll dig into that because I think a lot of people are like want to, but don't have a setup so they can do it. Thank you, Brian. I think the correct term is man. So you're partially right. All right, so we got some people trading Doge. Marky Mark, not too sure about it. X getting rejected, Miles. So we'll do our X check real quick. I'm on the too short of a time frame for that to be relevant. Oh, Jesus. Mitch just sent me this. That's right, brother. That's right. I do need to get some pepper spray. That is such a good side hustle. I would go after. I'd go after the easy bounties. I'd like check their height and weight, make sure they're a lot smaller for me. Chase their asses down with a pepper spray. I'll probably end up getting killed or stabbed. So yeah, X getting rejected. So I'm not sure, Miles, where you anchored it. You always look at, or you seem to often look at the hourly. So perhaps you're doing something a little tighter. And you said it's getting rejected by the 7. So that this is the 7 line when we anchor it to the high on April 15th. This is just the Fibonacci retracement tool anchoring at the top of our swing high and then anchoring to the previous swing low, which is the beginning of this little corrective phase. And look now, so like around the daily candle, and we can get some more detail if we want to zoom in on the time to a shorter time frame, and we can see that it's breaking down past our 60 here. So not great. Hoping that it will hold here on the 5, but it's looking like it might find support a little bit lower than that. So what this means is potential entry later on. But as was pointed out by a very astute viewer, this is a downward trend, and this could have just been a simple corrective phase for that downward trend, and we could be seeing a continuation. And if that is the case, that continuation is likely, it is possible at the very least, to be about the difference between the previous high and the swing low here. So that could get us down. Look how that lines up. Look how that lines up. Shit. The only thing that makes me feel as good as when this shit lines up is my Makita power drills. That's the only thing that makes me feel so good. So see how that measurement lines right up with the previous support here at this rounding bottom. So we're watching for that. To me, this is no touch until, you know, the end of the day. I want to see what the close looks like. Let's get back to Doge. CR, did you actually make that much? CR, if you are comfortable sharing, I want to know how much you put in on that trade. I should be a reseller for Makita drills. Yeah, the 3 inches. I did the 2 1/4 on that wall. I should have went with the damn 3 inches and a PVC anchor. Next time. All right, so let's look at Doge. So when I'm looking at Doge and these cryptos in general, I like to start with 30 minute. Doge USD. Will you guys? Oh, this is a great question. So I'm going to do a little hashtag chillin' and shillin'. Let me put on my shilling hat. This is my shilling hat. Will you guys ever introduce an entry level for Benzinga Pro? Really like it, but the cost per month is a bit much at the moment. Tommyverse. Benzinga Pro is intended for very active people that have somewhat of a strategy coming in. We do a lot of content for folks to get them up and running if they don't really have a solid strategy. So a free version of Benzinga Pro is coming this year. So there you go, Tommy. And Benzinga Pro, if you guys aren't aware of it, is the best damn due diligence engine on the planet. Benzinga Pro is all you need to do true deep due diligence on the stocks that you are interested in. It's also a great discovery tool. There's a lot of traders that we have on the show that use Benzinga Pro in the morning in the pre-market to discover stocks that are on the move. Take a look at the charts, take a look at the catalysts, time their entries, make money. But we're coming up with a free version and a lower price version. Of course, it won't be like full access, but you know, you'll get the tools that you need. Yeah, Benzinga Pro rules. I love it. Okay, so we're looking at Doge. Great thing about Doge. So this is a 30-minute chart, and we can break it down even more. But this thing is swinging like, okay, so up here, 30% swing. Up here, 27% swing. Up here, 20% swing. Loving this thing. I'm loving this damn thing. And the great thing about Doge, and I think it must follow for all cryptos. And guys, I'm not the freaking expert here. I'm just a dude trading. Is that they all seem to obey fibs like very well. So let's do it. Let's do the darn thing. Let's look at this previous high and this low. Actually, yeah. Let's do it that way. Let's go. Let's use this one. Go to this low, and then we'll draw this out a little bit. Look at how nicely the body of this candle. So the close on this 30-minute or this 10-minute session, is respecting the 23 here. Nice bounce right up past the 50. Right up past the 50. And then when you see it with this double wick, this nice sort of twin candles at the top. I'll see if I can move my chart without it moving my fib. Whoops. Doge USD. This is so awesome. Look at it hitting the 50 and then coming right back down. Such an obvious short signal. Such an obvious sell signal. And then you're watching for the bounce. And we got a double wick. It's almost a tweezer bottom. A nice reversal here. And look, tweezer bottoms rule. Tweezer bottoms, as you know, are shaped like two similar candles, but with wicks coming down on the bottom. So it like not like a tweezer. It almost looks more like a circuit breaker thing. I'm not sure if that's connected. I'm in like hardware Home Depot mode. But great reversal. And look at this thing whip, bouncing off the 38 and then getting right back up above the 78. Killer. And then as you watch it petering out as it approaches your 100 mark, sell signal. Do this shit all day. 24 hours trading. But the thing that's a pain in the ass about it, I don't know what if does Pro show crypto tickers? Good question. I just talked to our development team last night at like 8 p.m. because that's when they all wake up. Benzinga Pro will have crypto data as of this week. Now, what form that takes is going to be a tiered release system. Our new scanner tool, so you can see spiking prices, is the first place where you will see crypto data. The next place where you will see it is in the details, which is in Benzinga Pro, is where when you click on a ticker, in this case, a cryptocurrency, and you get your charts and you get your news feed and you get your fundamentals. So if you guys already know Pro, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That tool is going to look a little bit different from crypto, and we're rolling it out now. 100%. It will have crypto, and it's going to be awesome. 24 hours of trading. If you're bored on a Sunday, scalp some Dogecoin. So anyways, I just wanted to point out, guys, if you're able to trade this thing, yes, I know some of it might be cringy for you. I don't know. You might be more of a DeWalt person and not really want to do some Dogecoin. But if you're a Makita user or a Milwaukee user, get yourself into some Dogecoin and do some scalping using the Fibonacci tools. 30% swings, baby. How do you pull up? Good question, Solar Up. How do you pull up fib indicators? So in Benzinga Pro and in TradingView, which is what I'm using right now. TradingView is in Benzinga Pro. TradingView powers the charts in Benzinga Pro. So if you're already a TradingView user, you're going to love it. You pull it up. It's a standard tool on the left sidebar. It's a third one down. So I'll zoom in on this. Whoa. Left sidebar right here. If I blow this out, you'll see the actual titles and you'll see fib retracement. That's all I'm using. Fib retracement. Anchor it at the previous level of support, or anchor the top at the high, and then anchor the bottom at the previous level of support. And then that gives you an idea of levels going forward. That's how I'm using it. There's probably so many other ways to do this and get even more out of it. But you guys know I'm a noob. I'm just out here doing my best. How do you trade Doge? Dude, I use Robinhood. I don't like, I can't quickly like fund another crypto account. And I gotta be honest, Robinhood, I'm talking to you, Vlad. Yes, you have the same name as the historical figure that inspired Dracula in Bram Stoker's famous novels. I'm not going to fault you for that. I think that's actually kind of cool. You've had a rough year, hasn't he? He really has. Had a rough year. What you need to do is get yourself a 12-volt Makita power drill. You get the twin set because you also get the impact drill and the regular drill. It comes with a set of bits, but you want to make sure that you also get the drill set, because sometimes you're going to want to set up a hole first before you put in whatever you put in. So that's what I say. The other thing you got to do, Vlad, on Robinhood is let people set stop losses on cryptocurrency. Since you are the most accessible platform for Dogecoin, and I know that the 90% of people trading Dogecoin, like normal people, like not like funds and stuff, are using Robinhood. Let them use stop losses. Oh my God. Dude, I want to go on Voyager or something like that. I need to try them out. Guys, I ask you all the time which brokers I should switch to, and none of you guys give me a solid answer. All right, we're checking in on X. I mean, I don't want this whole show to be a horror show. Okay, X broke support. Let's switch to a daily. I think we have our guest today. I'm pretty sure is Sylvia Bellrock, so we got a really good show. Once you get my stupid ass out of the way, we've got a really good education session. We'll find out what type of power drill she uses too. I mean, this is not actually terrible. This is not as strong of an impulse as we previously had. Definitely has the potential, as you said, to be that bear flag. But let's watch our support levels. Be something like that. So we shall see. The one thing that worries me, it's never a pattern until it's confirmed that it's going past the resistance line or the neckline of the pattern. So what I'm doing is purely hypothetical. I'm not saying that this is what it is. But what you could have forming here is, you already know. Possibility. Let's check it on tech and see if there's any relationship there. Let's look at QQQ. QQQ rounding out there at the top, but holding support from that previous high. So we have erased our losses on QQQ, looking good. I gotta be real with you guys. Let me know if you guys agree with me. Binance is cool. I have a Gemini account, and I know Gemini is about to start letting you do a lot more. They've been limited, but I got a newsletter that said they're going to start doing a lot more. I don't know. Crypto stuff. Let me know if you guys agree with this. I think that we've just had a huge run and recovery, and that we just need to blow off some steam. Like, look at this. Gap, up, and then just a little bit. And we've only lost about 1% of growth on QQQ. Let's take a look at SPY. Same thing. A little rounding out at the top. Did not take SPY long to recover losses. What a run. What a run. Kraken. So here's another thing that Robinhood does well. So it's so compelling. It's so compelling because Robinhood, like, I want to trade cryptocurrency. For owning it, I have MetaMask. This is my wallet. Feel free to send me Ethereum. I'll drop my address in chat. I swear it'll go to a good cause, like getting me a new hat, maybe a couple power drills. But Robinhood lets you trade without having to actually pay the conversion fee for the cryptocurrency, which I know other brokers are doing. I think Webull just announced that they're going to do the same. Talk about volume on SPY. So yeah, so Souza brings up a really good point. Thanks, Souza. Thanks for keeping us on task. We are on very low volume. There's not a tremendous amount of selling going on. Yesterday was a different case, though. What we should point out, though, I've added to my chart. You guys should be able to see this. Let me give it a zoom. You guys should be able to see the yellow line. That's my 20-day moving average volume. And we were at the average for the last two sessions, but predominantly we've been below average. Today we're tremendously below average. You can see it faintly here. I'll go ahead and make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see it. Should be able to see it now. I'll remove Souza. Souza, thank you for the comment. One thing. So now you can see that, and this is something you should be able to easily add, because the reason that I have this moving average on my volume is that when there is a breakout or a meaningful move that I'm watching for, I get you want the extra assurance that is being supported by above average volume. Moves on low volume tend to be not sustainable. It's like constructing a house with not solid foundation. You probably were using one of those CVS as seen on TV power drills when you should have been using a Makita. All right. Makita is a high volume drill. See how much I can wear out that analogy. Okay, yeah. So that's I think everyone should have this. I think everyone should have the average volume on their volume indicators. And then just while we're on the topic of volume, and I'm pontificating, everyone should have some understanding of how to use volume profile or volume by price. So here we've got volume traded by time at the bottom, and then here we have volume traded by price level. So this is a very important indicator that I come to appreciate more and more every day when I'm looking at these charts, to let me know where key levels of support and resistance are, because I really think of this with this red line here is what's called the point of control. I think of it like a magnet. Whether you're above or below it, the closer you are to it, the more likely the price is going to get pulled toward it. Dollar store power tools. What is the DG? Let's check on Dollar General. So Dollar General previously had just such a sick trade opportunity. Give me a 1 if you guys got into Dollar General. So good. Look at this perfect double bottom. This is it's almost obscene how perfect this double bottom is. Red on this side, red a little bit here, green on the right on either side. Such a nice trade. And then with these, man, there's double bottoms abound. With these, we go to our pivot as the downtrend started, and we anchor the middle point at the high point of our double bottom. I'm actually going to anchor it inside a little bit where the meat of the trading is, which is the body of that candle. Man, you could have even gotten in sooner than that. But that's one way to say, I'm going to get in before we get to this line of resistance. Well, you could have gotten in sooner. This is just a mean looking, awesome reversal, which has resolved. I mean, look at this is the perfect muffin top formation. Maybe some people are buying because they think it's a symbol for Doge. No, this happened a long time ago. This is back in, well, it was mid-March, but I suppose it's a possibility. That happens where people confuse tickers like Ford. Or wait, is it Ford? Yeah. FORD is another company. It's not Ford. Forward Industries. Richard, the muffin top is something I made up. It's not going to do you any favors if I draw it for you. It's nonsense. All right, let's go to Twitter for tickers. Got Spencer with ponytail. Everyone say hi to Spencer with ponytail. So I want to go for the older ones first. Got all right. Clove was a squeeze, right? CLOV, Clover Health Investments. So right away, what I'll say is this is not the type of stock that I trade. This is a day chart on CLOV. Point of control has been passed. I'll go ahead and mark that and turn off my volume profile. Looks like we might find support on that point of control. And this may also be treated as a reversal. So you can do something kind of like this right here. Like maybe some of this. And this is reaching. So I think this is a very pumpy Mimi stock. Set your neckline at the top of that body. The meat of the trading. I'm just going to hide this volume profile, or I'm going to make the volume profile thinner. see if we've got our resolution from the base of our rounding bottom to the neckline, and then adding that difference between those two price levels to the neckline. We see that this line actually lines up with previous lines of resistance, resistance, support. So this is a meaningful level, and that's just the measure of the depth of the rounding bottom on CLOV, Clover Health Investments Corp. Now, something to point out is that on this rounding bottom, we've done one of these. This is our neckline, our line of support. We've rounded back up. We had a little breakout, but it was a fake out, and we've come back down from support. That's not the end of the world. That doesn't always mean failed breakouts with rounding bottoms. What you want to see is it come up, turn resistance into support, and then bounce on that support, and then it has its move. That's what you really want to see. But I'm not scared of something like that with this stock. Just because it's just wonky. And this happens sometimes. Right? You break out, you get a little fake out, and then you work your way past resistance again. And then when it does that, you can still use the depth of your rounding bottom as your price target. Let's see what the fib levels have to say about this. So that's just pure pattern analysis. Let's pull up the Fibonacci extension. We'll go to the absolute high before the downtrend started to the absolute low. And look at how nice that lines up. We got the 38 line is exactly resistance on this puppy. Don't you love it? Exactly resistance. And then the next line up, the 50, is our price target, which is exactly the next line of resistance. So if you're looking at CLOV on the daily, do yourself a favor. Number one, I think you could safely treat this like a rounding bottom. Number two, anchor your Fibonacci retracement tool at the high on January 4th down to the low on March 5th and draw and stretch those lines across so you can see your levels. These are your speed bumps. These are your targets. Support, we want to put at previous resistance, which is right about where it is. Right about where it is right now. I would enter a trade if I were feeling bullish about Clove, which this is not something I'm into. But if I were, I would look for a session close above our neckline here, which is the white line. And I would set my stop loss at, excuse me, what is this level? At $8.82, $8.80, just about where this resistance is, where these bodies are getting cut off here. That's also just below the point of control. That's how I trade this one. And then if we look at some other indicators, you can see that MACD is on the way up. Good sign. RSI generally trading up. Volume was decent yesterday and the day before, a bit above average. So you're going to want to also see that above average volume on the stock. And also send me a link to the chat room where they're talking about this. All right. So what's next? Oh yeah. So we got to do the contest. What's the site? swag.benzinga.com. Producer AB, can you double check and make sure everyone's getting that password to work? Guys, if you're watching right now, Producer AB is going to drop a link to the contest so you can win swag. You can win up to $100 in free stuff. What do we got? We got the Rat Snack mug with the Get Technical logo. Special edition. Pineapple, not included. Jason wouldn't let me do it. Watermelon, maybe. We've got the hat. If you like wearing a hat with my first name on it, I kind of feel like we'd sell more of these, but it didn't say Neil on it. And then if you do prescribe to the rat method of trading, the rat system, and you golf and they come at you because you go in there wearing your cutoff sleeve AC/DC shirt, got a nice little polo you can throw on. Represent rat system. That's a rat if you can't see it. And my personal favorite, the special edition Lord of the Rings Benzinga Rat of the Snack Get Technical with Neil shirt with the Elvish script forming the ring and actually outlining each step in the rat trading system going around. I love this shirt, guys. So enter the contest. Producer AB, make sure you get that in there. Thank you, Happy Muhammad, for getting that link in there. Check out Happy Muhammad's link. Here's the password to get extra entries in there. If ponytail isn't working, which it should be working. It's ponytail, all caps. Make sure you spell it right. But Spencer Israel made it, and he's not good with computers. I had to tell him the shortcut for copy and paste yesterday. And he still uses AOL. So ponytail, if that doesn't work, the fallback, it's 7 letters. I bet you it's haircut. Oh, ponytail worked. All right, guys. So ponytail is the password. You're only going to get it on this show. They're not going to give it away on the rest. Ramon, no. Ramon, no. Not today, buddy. So there you go. You got your various sizes, you know? Okay, I'm so glad it's 9:59 because I need to take a little break, and we have absolutely my favorite guest here today. Guys, without further ado, it is my great and extreme pleasure to welcome Sylvia Bellrock to Get Technical. Hey.
Hi, nice to see you, Neil.
Nice to see you too. How are you doing today?
Good, I'm doing very good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm trying a new mustache out, Sylvia, and I was wondering if you could tell me what you think.
I think it looks good. Looks good. Very good.
You're
Nice.
so nice to me.
How is the market treating you? Tell me.
I'm actually doing okay. So like most of what I've been not terribly active. I've been mostly holding for like some like month-long swing trades.
Yeah.
And I was trading around home builders, doing well with that. I safely got out of Bitcoin before it dropped.
That's good.
And then Sunday I had some fun just practicing my scalping using Dogecoin.
Oh, wow. That's a good thing to do on a Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. And then, it's not a lot of money in, and it's easy to scalp something like that when you have time to focus on it. But Sylvia, more importantly, how is the market treating you today?
Today, so far, good. So, it's been very volatile March, to be honest with you. We know this pullback on NASDAQ, and I had a lot of positions. And the whole March has been very, wild. I didn't open a lot of positions, trying to manage the best what I had. Got out of the most positions, luckily, with very nice profits in April. And now I'm trying to reduce long exposure still, because I think we're going to see some kind of a drop. Everything is so overextended, and I'm just scared to enter any longs right now. I just want to let it play out, and I'm actually short NASDAQ, which is very untypical for me.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm hearing this from you right now.
Yeah. But, this is just a hedge position. I'm trying to protect what I have. And, it is very overextended for trying to long everything. So I try to focus first on the big picture. So what's happening overall, NASDAQ, S&P 500. And from there, I, drill down and try to find sectors and stocks. So for now, I'm trying to be patient. It's keys to be patient, as you know.
Yeah. And I think a lot of our YOLO traders here should heed that. Seriously, patience. Be patient. So I was thinking that some of the bad performance that we're seeing on some of the names that we like is due to that overall exhaustion that we're seeing on SPY, on QQQ. So I just want to go back to something that you mentioned. Do you think that there is a level of exhaustion and that we just need to take a breather?
Yeah, it is not only a level of exhaustion. What I'm trying to, because it is really weird, the weird thing is, if you look at the whole market, the market goes up. Nasdaq went up, S&P 500 went up. Everything goes up, but the stocks on your portfolio, on my portfolio in this case, some of those are dropping, especially those momentum stock. If you look at PLTR, Peloton, those huge momentum stocks which went like crazy, they're just going nowhere right now and pulling back. And sometimes you ask yourself, how come the whole market goes up, but your portfolio or the stocks which were momentum stocks, they're just going down? Something is wrong here. So we're trying to find some kind of a explanation for that. And what I have heard is also that that's due to this liquidations of those hedge funds, if you remember a while ago, those block trades, and they were forced to close some of those big names. I don't know if this is true, but it sounds like a good explanation that they were forced through this liquidation to close some of their big favorite big FANG stocks, and now they're even shorting. I don't know if this is true, if it's a rumor, but it sounds at least like something logical what we see now.
So guys, read into that what you will. Don't run out into the streets and scream. But there's a possibility that's the case. So Sylvia, I would love it. Even if it would be interesting to get an idea from the short side, how you're looking at the Qs, or whatever you're looking at. I think that would be great for people right now.
Sure. Should I share? I can share my screen, show what I see on the charts.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, let's see.
So yeah, guys, Sylvia Bellrock, excellent technical trader, trades futures and stocks. One of my favorite educators. So pay attention. And guys, the code is ponytail.
I saw your stuff. It looks very nice. Do you see the screen, by the way?
Yeah. Let me share it. Thank you, Sylvia.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I was also thinking maybe I should buy this coffee cup. I have a white one, so I think this looks more like a cooler.
Sylvia, you're a guest on the show. We'll send you a coffee cup. You don't have to buy one. It'd be my honor. So what do we got here?
So I'm looking at the futures. Of course, we can look at the ETFs as well. It doesn't really matter what you're looking at. So I'm starting always with the one with the daily chart. So this is 6-month daily chart on the Qs, and we see here we held pretty well here. 308 support, went up, and then came into this previous resistance, made all-time high here. And now what I saw here, that's why I started my short position, is that we are starting to slow down here. So if you check out this is just momentum is starting to slow down. We don't see a huge pressure. We saw this red candle here. Now we're trying to consolidate, came down. So key level short term for me is this support area. We're going to switch also on the 4-hour chart to see how this looks like, because I like to go also on the 4-hour chart. Sometimes it's good because you can see a little bit more better the trends, the current price action, a little bit better support and resistance. So if you look at the 4-hour chart, it's exactly what I said. We see this up move here, broke out, but then we're kind of stuck here. Momentum is less, everything starts to go sideways, and you see that based on the price action on the candlesticks, that there is missing momentum and volatility anymore to the upside. So what we're seeing here is a little bit of a sideways price action. I tried one short, by the way, got stopped out, but like I said, this is a hedge, so nothing wrong with this. Then I tried one more time. This one is looking good. And now what we see here is, I'm going to draw that. We see this is the previous resistance here. We saw that the momentum is slowing down here. It's pulled back, went into this, pulled back again into this EMAs here on the 4-hour chart. So this is, by the way, the 9, 20, and 50 EMAs which I watched. So these are the 9 and 20. And now the question is it going to reject here and go lower and break this support line? If this happens, this is, by the way, back here also an important level. If this happens, we might continue lower. So why is it an important level? Most important for our viewers here is every time it makes a low, as we see here, it came into this area and bounced off this area. This is acting like a, like a trying to support. Sellers are trying to support this level, but at some point we might break down. So for me, for today, especially short term, it's important to see, are we going to hold those resistance levels here above? Let me just tell you the price. So this is, what is this? This is 340. And if we go below 336, so if we go here 336, it might break lower, and the resistance is 339 on the Qs. So that's important to watch. And look, now it looks like a reversal candle. You see this 4-hour candle? It looks for currently like a reversal. So I expect to see a little bit more pullback here. Look, everything on my list is red. It's just kind of risky to jump into longs for me. And same situation with SPY, so very similar. Let's check out SPY. Very overextended. If we start with the daily chart, we see here huge overextension. 3 weeks in a row. This is like 9% up move in 3 weeks. Where should this thing go? At some point, it will pull back. There is just no. At some point, who is? You always have to ask yourself the question: who is going to buy here? This is just so high. I know it can continue higher, but personally, I don't like to buy this high. After this 2 weeks, 9% move, I do expect to see some kind of a pullback. We see here overbought RSI. We see huge extension, and I expect this reversal candle. And if we go lower today, we might see some kind of a pullback. I really don't want to look for a buy there, so I'm a little bit more short biased. Even though I don't really like shorting, I personally at least like to use that as a hedge. And
what is your method of shorting as a hedge?
What do you say? I'm sorry. What did you say?
What instrument or how do you short when you do that?
Yeah, so I'm using personally the futures, and you can use the good thing is though there are, I don't know if you know, there are also micro futures out there, because I know some of those futures are, especially if you're having small account, it's just too much risk because they move $20 to $50, depends on if it is ES or if it's NQ, which is Nasdaq. It can move $20 to $50 per point, which is, of course, if you have 100 points risk on your chart, it can be expensive for some people. That's why you can also use micro futures, which is the same thing. They just move much less, so they have a little bit less leverage. They have they move $2 and I think $5 per point, which is I think doable for smaller accounts. And I like those because if you're looking at those ETFs, the thing is with the ETFs, I really like ETFs, but if you want to buy 100 shares of the SPY, you have to put a lot of capital on the table for that. Or if you want to short it, you also need some capital. Mm-hmm. But if you're using instead of that the micro futures, you have, especially on the micro futures, you have very small margins. So you only need to put for 1 or 2 contracts, $1,000, $2,000 on the table, and you have less margin, and you can still trade with some decent size to make it work. So this is the advantage in my personal opinion, and I like those futures. Or sometimes options are also an option.
We're on the puns today. So I personally understand options, so that's my comfort area.
Yeah.
But I'm really interested in what you're saying. I'm interested also in what chat has to say. Guys, do you guys have experience using the micro futures, or is this all completely new for you? Just trying to get a temperature check, if you will, in the room here.
Yeah, and also options are great, but the differences or the advantage or disadvantages with options, you just have this time decay, and the option price is always based on a lot of things like all those option Greeks, intrinsic value, and all this kind of stuff. And this time decay sometimes can be really pain in the ass. It can really hurt you, especially sometimes you can be right on the stock or whatever you're trading, and you can still lose money because you just don't have enough time to make it work. And this is the advantage of those futures or micro futures. You don't have this time decay.
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense. And I've been there where I was trying to hedge myself with just a put, and I couldn't understand why it wasn't going up in volume, or I mean going up in price rather.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes even more frustrating is sometimes they go in the chart goes in your direction. For example, if you're longing, let's say Nasdaq here, the Qs, and you have a call option, and this might go here, but if you long it right here, back here, your delta is getting killed. So now you're just now sitting and thinking, well, I'm right on this on this instrument, but it's not going up because of the delta, because my delta got killed first, and now it's like you cannot get out of the hole. So sometimes it can be frustrating.
Yep. So okay, so looking at the market right now, it seems like it's time to wait and see what a corrective phase might look like.
Absolutely, yeah.
Drilling down though, and I can see your watch list. We can all see that it's all red. But are there any sectors that you see strengthen that yeah, just get rid of it, please. I can't look at it. You're stressing me out. Are there any sectors or names where you see some bullish action, some strength?
Sectors, yeah. Let's take a look at the sectors. Talking of sectors, wait a second. Where is this? Let me just get rid of this. The problem is I've been going through those sectors. I like the energy sector, but look, now it's just going down. You see?
I know. we like the metals and oil, and they're both not doing what we want them to do right now.
No, those are anyways hard to trade. So I personally try to stay away. But sometimes the chart looks good, and I was looking at this a couple of days ago and today, and I'm thinking, this might start to go up right here. But now look, if it breaks this 47.23, which is the support, why is it support? It dipped here, broke out, tested one more time here, this previous low, so now is it support? And now it tested here one more time, and now it looks like it's going to break, so it's just not ready. But this is the only one with some decent risk reward,
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm looking at all the other stuff which I was looking today. Let's go for them. XLF, which is finance, it is just overextended. Looks like it's pulling back, so nothing to do here as well. Then we have, some of those other. All of them are pretty overextended. I cannot long here. You cannot short here. Technology, we know what's happening. We have here healthcare, also nice move, but now you cannot buy, you can short. So patience is key, guys, for everyone out. Sometimes most of the time we need to be patient, but sometimes we need more patience than other times. Same thing here with real estate, nice move, but if you miss that, now it's just too late.
All right, so welcome to Get Technical, where Sylvia Bellrock rains on your parade. Sylvia, what about home builders? XHB. That's the one that I like.
Can you give me the ticker, please?
XHB.
XHT.
No, B is in
builders.
Baratheon.
Yes. Well, this looks similar to everything else,
All right.
So are you long in this already or what?
Yeah, I've just been piling in and holding it. Every time.
If you're holding, that's good, but if you're looking right now for something new, I really think it is just too late. And right now, patience is key. I like, by the way, something I was preparing for ACHL. I don't know the ticker. I was preparing two things. Let me just. I need to check this.
And then after you do that, Sylvia, I have a curveball. I don't know how you're going to react to it, but I'm just preparing you ahead of time.
ACLN. This is what I have. This is the clean tech ETF, because we're having our clean tech conference soon.
Keep going.
So I was looking at those, and this is a clean tech ETF. Looks pretty decent, but we need to still wait a little bit more strength. So this might set up here very soon. Something really to look forward to. EMA 200 EMAs right here. It came here, pulled back, consolidating. Now we need to see only a little bit more green here and break out of this range. And this might be a very decent setup in the clean tech sector.
Yeah. And guys, I don't know if you guys do this, but while Sylvia has her chart open, I have my chart open and I try to open up the same indicators that she has and follow along. I get a lot more out of these sessions by doing that. So yeah, Sylvia, my goal is to absorb all of your knowledge.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
You're welcome. So Sylvia, what do you think about Dogecoin?
To be honest with you, I haven't traded this one. I don't really like getting involved in some kind of a manipulation. I know Elon Musk manipulated it a lot, and then the problem is, what I have with that kind of stuff is I can put some money to work on those things, but I cannot put just enough size for me. And sometimes it feels like you're missing all those hype
Yes.
manipulated things, because I'm just not confident with them. I know it's manipulated. I know he tried to push it or pump it, and that's why I prefer to stay away. Because even if I trade it, what will I do with it? It will be just not enough because I'm not confident to put enough size. So I just stay away from those.
Thank you for that well thought out answer. Sticking to your system.
How about you? Did you trade it?
Yeah, I just kept using the Fibonacci retracement on it, and just every time it bounced off zero and it looked like a reversal, I would get in, and as it was crossing lines going up, I would pile in more and more. But I'm an idiot. And like, but I'm fully aware that it's like manipulated. It's a FOMO stock and stuff like that. And I'm not doing this, guys, because this is how I want to grow my account. I wanted to do it because I wanted to get some practice in with some stuff I learned from a great Fibonacci user. And you can't trade anything but cryptocurrencies on the weekend. So I got some skin in the game with Dogecoin, but I had to ask you because today is apparently the holiday, or like National Dogecoin Day. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Well, Sylvia, I think that you taught us something fantastic, which is how to behave in a market that is experiencing some exhaustion, and then also gave us some perspective on something that is hyped up and probably highly manipulated that a lot of people are getting pulled into. Is there anything else that you would like to leave us with in the next 60 seconds of time that we have?
Yes. One last thing here. I have this on the watch list. I might start buying it after this. I see here SCHN. So this is steel. I like the steel sector right now, and I've been doing some research, going through some of the stocks. It looks pretty decent, and this one actually has some nice fundamentals. Earnings are over. We're not facing earnings season like with the most of the stocks, so this is already over, and now it looks like it's holding here. This is a support area, as you can see. Broke out here, back here in this area, pulled back, tested once, twice. Now it's breaking above this this EMA, and I see that I'm just a little bit too late right now. But it's still doable. It is short-term resistance here, and the next resistance is 46.86. But I think this is a decent setup, which I might take later on.
Yeah, I'm gonna add that to my watch list. I like it.
Very good.
All right, guys, that's Sylvia Bellrock. Sylvia, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you too, Neil. It's always a pleasure. Thank you guys for joining. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to ask, or just join me on Twitter or whatever. We see us.
Yes, follow her on Twitter. Her content is amazing, always educational.
Thank you, Neil. Have a good day and good luck here, of course, with your trades.
Thank you. You too, Sylvia.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Sylvia Bellrock. Definitely follow her on Twitter. She's one of those must follows. You just have to have her. And if you're not on Twitter, it is a useful tool for trading to be aware of what's going on, pointing out trends, and telling you what stocks not to trade in a lot of cases. So let's get the screen share back up. How much time do we have left? Oh, yeah, we got a little bit of time here. Let's cover some more tickers from Twitter. Actually, wow. ICLN, one broke idiot. That was Sylvia's stock that she just went over there at the end. Or second to last stock. And of course, this looks German. So Sylvia's from Germany. Of course, she represents the Schnitzer Steel. But yeah, ICLN, that's a clean tech. So we've got Bitcoin, Palantir, and Neo. Here's what I had to say about Palantir. It's just hard to trade. All right. So if your method is that you're with a big group of people and you want to pump the stock by putting a bunch of buying pressure in there and squeezing people that might be shorting it, or squeezing, the evil hedge funds, which, don't get me wrong, they're evil to an extent. I think in most cases, the entities that we perceive as evil in the world are just pretty mundane. But at any rate, if that's what you're doing, whatever. I like to trade stocks that are in trends. Palantir has not established a firm trend in either direction. So that, for me, I want to make money on it. It's got to be in a trend. So if you compare it to something like, let's just look at Apple, AAPL. And I got some moving averages here. Let's get rid of them. And I'll draw what I like to see. Using a parallel channel tool. So I'm going to anchor it on the low here, and then anchor it to the next swing low here. Bring it up to, let's do this high right here. So I just want to illustrate a point really quick. See how Apple, for a long period of time, most of you guys probably already know this. Like, I know that you guys are way better at trading than me, and you guys all trade a lot. But I also know that a bunch of you guys like to get in stocks that are about to explode. I don't want to sit around and wait for something to explode, because that to me seems like dumb. So look at how this is very consistently trading on the support side of this channel. And you know that when it starts to approach the mean of this channel, that you can look for a rejection and then start approaching back down to your support. And it's just so tight. You could draw a smaller channel, which you should be doing, within it. Like, this is just a great stock to be trading. Let's go like this, go like this, go like that. And you can easily trade within those two ranges, or within that range. And then you can easily see when it breaks out. And you know that you're in trouble territory. You're establishing a new, potentially bearish regime. And it's just behaving in a way that is predictable, and you can make consistent income in it, both by buying and holding it and trading it in between. So I'm in favor of investing in a stock, and then maybe on a separate account, trade away. Options, scalping, go nuts, to make more out of your investment account, or your trading account. Palantir, to me, love the company. All right. They have government contracts. We got to know about government contracts is they don't get canceled. LiDAR, like MVIS can get a deal with Apple where they're providing all the LiDAR technology for the new Apple car, and it'll shoot up, 500%. But then 6 months later, Apple can announce that they switched to a different supplier, and it's game over. That's it. Gov contracts really don't do that. This is a lasting thing. So with Palantir, I would like to see it establish an upward trend. I'm not interested in timing like a big payday. That's not what I'm here for. So whatever. Hey Ethan, how's it going? Oh shit. All right, this is my younger brother's friend. Wow, I called you out immediately. What's up, dude? Guys, it is just about that time. We have time for one more ticker. Let's take a look. Ethan, we were just talking about the thing that you and I were talking about last night. Let's look at AMAT. They do get canceled. Stop the wall in the pipeline. Yeah, sure. But those were highly politicized. Those were what I would say to those is that those were tenuous at best because they had the public's attention on them. I don't see much like public pressure on the president or any federal regime to get rid of Palantir. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure gov contracts do get canceled. Sure, people get rejected for government proposals that everyone thinks are going to get, and it turns into a binary event, and the stock takes a shit. But with something that's highly politicized, I don't think you should put that in the same category as something that's not. Okay, so what we're going to look at, AMAT. This one's been here before. AMAT rules. So let's really quick just draw our sloping line of support down here. Whoops. Down here on this first pivot up, and we'll do the swing low here. I think you're in good shape on this one. For entry, I would just treat this like a descending triangle and wait for a break above your sloping line of resistance. So wherever this stops is going to be your entry. Let's get our line. And you can do the measured move, which is the high point to the point of resistance, which is currently here. It might change. The hypothetical breakout, you got your price target. Potential profit for that hypothetical target is about 12, 13%. That's the way I would treat that. Just make sure you got your sloping line there. Just looks like a normal corrective phase for AMAT on the way up. AMAT, Applied Materials. All right, guys. Goofy day. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Sylvia Bellrock, make sure you follow her on Twitter. Great lesson there. I'm going to sit on my hands a little bit today. I'm going to let my winners run. I'm not going to try to do anything crazy. I might get into a little Doge, though, if I get some free time. Go out there and get yourself a new power drill. Do yourself a favor. And you know what? If you already got one, buy one for a loved one. And make sure it's Makita brand. Only the best. As always, this has been Get Technical. I'm Neil Hamilton. Happy trading.